When students first sign into Discovery Education, they're taken to their dashboard. Here they have access to their profile and any other information they might need to edit. This is a sample student that I created called Testy McTesterson. And here you can see the assignments that have been created and are waiting for this student, whether or not they have been started. They can also see what assignments are active, if there is anything that is overdue, things that are due today, or assignments that they've completed. Going up to the Assignments tab at the top, they can also view any of the work, or they can go to the Explore section and decide to dig in a little deeper into some other content. Now back on our dashboard, we can see the assignments that are set out for us today, and we'll get to those in just a second. But if we go under the Assignments tab, we can see any work that has been completed, so students can go back and review. Now, if we were to see the 2 active assignments listed right here, students can select them and read any instructions that have been provided, and move on to Open. At this point, it takes them into the activity, and in this case, it's stages of the life cycle of a plant. They select the work that has been assigned for this assignment, and you can see it's very clean, has some information. It includes videos that can help illustrate the points. There are a lot of different ways in Discovery Education that students can access information on their level. One of the things that I mean by that is that there are highlighted words in all of the passages that can be selected, that can take students into a glossary, and this glossary provides animation or videos or images or even detailed words describing what the definition of that word is. So lots of different ways that students can explore the same amount of information and type of content, but in varying ways that makes more sense. At the bottom of every assignment there, you also see the standards. When I select Next to move through the assignment, I'm given an activity to complete. And this is a self-grading activity, so I won't have to go back as a teacher later and look at this, but you will see it come up again in another video. So what I have to do now is put all of these in order. So I'm going to do this incorrectly at first. So we're going to do a plant produces a seed, and the seed germinates. Then the seed's going to grow, and the plant continues to grow to become an adult, and then it dies. So when I submit it, you'll see that it tells me what answers I got incorrect. We knew that the plant died being the last part of the cycle, but somewhere in here I have made a mistake. But it doesn't just cut off. It allows me to try again, so students have opportunities to go back through and really make sense of the information that's being presented to them. So if the seed is not the first part, it's probably one of the last things that the plant's going to do. So we will put this in the correct order. There we go. And now when I submit, you'll see that it's self-graded. It gives instant feedback to the students as well as a summary of the information that they've just learned and submits that to the teacher. Again, cross-cutting concepts and standards are listed at the bottom. Now, if I were to continue this activity, it takes me on to the next section, which is the life cycle of bees, and I have an illustrated portion right here that I can explore a little deeper if I need to. Everything has an option to pop out, and students can access it by zooming in or manipulating it as needed. So this asks me to describe the life cycle of the bees, and I'm just going to say that each life cycle takes 5 minutes. So absolutely wrong. And as a student, I might know that because every activity I have has the evaluation criteria listed right there. So I know that this one's incorrect. Again, we're going to grade it and come back to it a little bit later. So as I move down through, I get a very similar question about plants. And moving down, we see the standards and cross-cutting activities. So this activity about plants is very similar. So there's a lot of engaging activities in Discovery Science that really speak to students in a way that they can manipulate things and be a little bit more hands-on in a digital environment. So this is a different opportunity to look at the same kind of information. And again, it's self-grading. So when I submit, that tells me, the teacher, that this information is done and was done correctly. As a student, I get that instant feedback and I'm able to move on to the next activity.